Hey guys, it's Miss C. This fun Friday experiment is a way for you to make your own bread at home without instant yeast. I would like to show you how to make sourdough bread, something that I really love to do. I love to bake. So the first thing I want to show you here is I already have a little bit of flour in here because I started and then I thought, what a great idea. I want to show my students how to do this. Definitely something you want to do with a parent. So this has a little bit of flour in it already. This is natural yeast. You see some of those bubbles in there? If you were to smell it, it kind of smells like, bread. It kind of smells sweet. And so that is the yeast that has developed. And I'm going to show you how to feed it so it's alive. This yeast bacteria, that is what makes our bread rise, because what it does is it eats all the sugar in the flour and it produces carbon dioxide, and it produces this gas, and as it eats the sugar and it ferments while it's producing that carbon dioxide, that gas is what makes the bread rise. So as the gas is released inside the bread, it rises, and that's what gives us those beautiful little holes, and it makes the bread really fluffy. So I'm going to show you how I feed my starter. That's what I call it. So it's what starts the beginning process of making the bread. Then I'm going to show you how I make my bread, and then I will show you the loaf. So this is something that you can do at home, but it takes a while. So in order to first start this starter, it took me about 3 or 4 days. So what you want to do is you start it by putting in maybe 1/4 cup of flour, and then you put in an equal amount of water, you mix it together, and you let it sit covered. And as it sits, what happens is that bacteria starts to eat that sugar and it ferments. So I'm going to feed it now, and I will show you how I do that. What I do is I weigh my jar first. So I have an empty jar, and I use my scale here. It's in grams. So I have 377 grams. That's how much this jar weighs. So I hit tare, and you'll see once I take it off the scale, now it's minus 377. So what I just did is I took that weight of the jar, I subtracted it. So now when I put this on here, it's going to take off the weight of this jar and just tell me how much this starter that I have in here weighs. So I have 169 grams of starter in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this off so that it will be 0. And I'm going to add 169 grams of flour. I'm going to tear it so that it subtracts it, so it's 0, so I know exactly how much I'm putting in it, and then I'm going to put 169 grams of water in here. Okay, as you saw, I didn't get it exactly 169. That's okay. What I just did basically was a 1:1 ratio. So that means that I used the same amount of starter I had. I added the same amount in weight in grams of flour, and I'm using King Arthur flour. And then I also put in the same amount of grams of water. So that is a 1:1 ratio. Now I'm going to mix this up super fast, and then I'm going to let it sit for about 4 hours because it's already active. I already made this yeast. I already fed it, and so now I'm just refeeding it. So in about 4 hours, it should be super bubbly, and then I'm going to mix it with some flour and some salt and some water to make my bread dough, and I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm going to let it ferment and rise, and then I'm going to bake it. Okay, now that I've mixed it up super vigorously, I have scraped the sides so that I can see exactly where oops. I scrape the sides so that I can see exactly where it's laying, and then I also put this rubber band on here. You might wonder, why do I have a rubber band on here? Well, now I know what level it was at when I first mixed it. As I told you before, what's going to happen is the bacteria in here, the yeast, is going to eat up all the sugar. It's going to produce gas, and this is going to rise. This is going to get bubbly, and it's going to hopefully double within the next 4 hours. So it should be, instead of here, I should see it go up above here, and it should be somewhere right here. So I know that once it's doubled, then it's ready to be mixed with my flour. Not all of it, just some of it, and that's when I'm going to start making the bread. So I got my top on here so no bugs or anything get in here, and I'm going to wait about 4 hours.